Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've had this one for a bit. I didn't want to rush and make a video, but I also don't really need 20 minutes to cover it. So here's a quick take that took a while to get to. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this great discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Alright, enough talk. Let's get right into it.
Now, let's hear directly from our first reviewer about their experience.
This reviewer awarded the product high marks, expressing great satisfaction after the first couple of days of use. The initial setup was notably straightforward, with a stand that assembled easily without requiring any tools. Our reviewer immediately appreciated the thoughtful design elements, such as the built-in cable management system that helps maintain a neat and tidy desk space. Once connected, the performance of this monitor in games was the main highlight. The client noticed a significant improvement in fast-paced titles, describing the gameplay as much smoother, with no screen tearing or stuttering. Taking full advantage of its features, they enabled G-Sync and overclocked the refresh rate to 165 Hz, which made the on-screen action feel incredibly fluid and responsive. While acknowledging that the colors are not as vibrant as those on an IPS panel, this was an expected trade-off. In fact, our reviewer found the softer, more mellow picture to be a subjective advantage, suggesting it was easier on the eyes during long gaming sessions compared to overly bright or crisp displays. The limited viewing angles, another known characteristic of this panel type, were mentioned but not seen as a major issue for a user sitting directly in front of the screen. Beyond the core performance, the inclusion of a 4-port USB hub was a welcome bonus, providing convenient ports for peripherals and for charging a wireless headset, even when the monitor was in power-saving mode. Overall, this display was strongly recommended for gamers who prioritize high refresh rate performance over perfect color accuracy for their fast-paced games.
Cool, let's uncover what our next reviewer has to say.
This reviewer recently spent some time using this monitor as their primary display, comparing it to a 1080p Samsung display. Their overall impression is pretty much what you'd expect. The monitor boasts a crisp 1440p resolution, offering a decent pixel density for its 24-inch size. If you're aiming for a display that comes closer to the sharpness of those found on high-end laptops, this monitor definitely gets you closer. But if you want even more crispness, you might want to look at 4K displays of similar size. Just keep in mind that at that resolution, they're most likely to be TN panels. In terms of performance, this client found that the monitor easily maintains a 144 Hz refresh rate when using the DisplayPort connection. The included DisplayPort cable is capable of handling the full 1440p resolution at 144 Hz without any issues, which is a nice bonus, saving time and money searching for compatible cables. Furthermore, the monitor's on-screen display, OSD, includes settings to overclock the refresh rate up to 165 Hz. Once enabled, Windows allows you to set the display to this higher refresh rate. This reviewer found the experience at 165 Hz to be fast, smooth, and free of any noticeable artifacts. The monitor also features an integrated audio jack for headphones, allowing audio pass-through from HDMI or DisplayPort. Additionally, a USB 3.0 cable is included for using the two USB 3.0 ports located on the bottom of the display, which seem to function primarily as a USB 3.0 pass-through. However, the color reproduction of this display is what led this client to return it, and is typical of a TN panel. While adjusting the settings in the OSD and adding a color profile can improve the image quality, there are inherent limitations. While this monitor delivers on frame rate and resolution for competitive gaming, it falls short for content consumption and especially content creation. While this client found the display to be superb.
Awesome. Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer had a bit of a journey with this gaming monitor, and overall they seemed pretty happy with the purchase, especially considering the value. Initially, the decision to buy it was tough, but the combination of G-Sync 1440p resolution and the refresh rate it offered was too good to pass up. The reviewer mainly wanted to experience a higher resolution than 1080p and finally get a taste of G-Sync, and these two things definitely exceeded their expectations. They noted that 1440p provides a noticeable clarity improvement and that G-Sync is a game changer, eliminating tearing, stutter, and input lag. Aesthetically, our reviewer admitted that this monitor might not be for everyone, describing it as more of an office monitor look. Image quality-wise, the colors weren't the strongest point, feeling a bit dull and lacking saturation. There was some initial fiddling with settings, but nothing too extensive. Ghosting and pixel inversion were noticeable on the fastest response time setting, so it was dialed back to normal. There were concerns about the product condition, as the box appeared old and worn, and there were signs suggesting it might have been a display unit. However, the presence of protective plastic suggested limited use, and the price made it worthwhile to overlook these imperfections. After several months of use, the client reported that the monitor was performing excellently, despite their initial worries about its age. It did require some effort to set up properly, especially G-Sync, with recommendations to consult online forums for optimal settings. After nearly 2 years of use, the monitor is still in perfect shape, with no dead pixels, scratches, or signs of wear. The reviewer has been almost obsessive with the care of this product. They stated that the monitor has been a great pairing with the PC. Overall, a very positive experience.
That's all for today. If you like this, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments.